Let's look at three-point perspective. In three-point perspective, the rule is that lines are only converging. And again, this is just for a cube or a rectangular form. So it's very similar to two-point in that we're looking at the corner. However, you don't have any vertical lines. Let's start by making a horizon line at the bottom third of your paper. For three-point, orient your paper so that it is portrait style. My horizon line is going to be about here. My horizon line is about 3.5 inches above the bottom of my paper if you want to get specific. I'm going to put 2 vanishing points on my horizon line, just like how we would set up two-point perspective. Put these towards the very edge of your paper. And then the third vanishing point is going to go in the middle of my paper toward the top. I'm putting this exactly in the center. You could actually put it to the side if you wanted. So this is at 4.5 inches because my paper is 9 inches wide. I'm going to start by drawing a vertical line above my horizon line, and I'm going to start my vertical line from here about 2 inches to about 5 inches on my paper. Yours doesn't have to be exactly the same. The only place we have a vertical line in three-point perspective is right here in the middle. Since my vanishing point is in the exact middle of my paper, mine would be here. For step 1, write down draw corner line to top VP. This line is vertical, but if you do this elsewhere, this line won't be vertical, so just know that this is the corner line. Then step 2 is the exact same as what we did in two-point perspective. Connect the top and the bottom of this first line to both vanishing points. Step 3 is we're going to close off the sides of our cube or box. In two-point, these were vertical lines. Since we have no vertical lines and everything converges, these two sides go up to our top vanishing point. Decide the depth of your box. You could have it skinnier on one side and long on the other, your choice, and connect that width to your top vanishing point. Step 3, close off sides to top vanishing point. And step 4 is to close off the bottom, just like we did in two-point. Obviously, if you are drawing this below your horizon line or on, then this would be different. Just close off the either bottom or top. Remember, the left corner goes to your right vanishing point, and the right corner goes to your left vanishing point. We would see three-point perspective if we are up, for example, in an airplane looking down on a city, or if we are walking in a city looking up. So this means that my eye level would be below and I'm looking up at tall buildings. Let's look at how to create accurate perspective by making a shape that kind of looks like windows on this building. On the right side, this is not accurate. I just kind of freehanded and eyeballed to get my measurements, which aren't correct. I don't have any kind of sense of space going up or to my right vanishing point. On the left side, I have a system of making X's in order to get the midpoint so that I know exactly where my lines converge up to my top vanishing point or to my left vanishing point. And you can see how this really has a convincing sense of depth. So I'm going to pick a point just a little bit to the right of my first line, and that goes to my top vanishing point. The top and the bottom of that line go to my right vanishing point. And then I'm going to close off this right side. So I'm going to pick a point here on this bottom right and go up to my top vanishing point. I had windows or a design, then that would also go back to my right vanishing point. I know some of you are very particular, and it is fun to know exactly how to draw these things going into space. So let's do that on this side. In order to get the markings to know where these are going back in space, you are going to make an X from corner to corner. So you can see this is halfway between the bottom and the top of this shape. At that intersection of my X, that goes back to my left vanishing point. And then basically you keep making an X. You will get a lot of lines going on, so you might want to erase all of your X's before you start moving on. So I have my X at the intersection. That is where that goes back in space. You can already see the difference between these two. This I just measured equally, which is what you would do for a 2-point perspective, but you can see accurately this looks so much bigger and this looks so much smaller because this area is closer to your eye level. To get the lines that go up to your top vanishing point, you will continue making your X. To get the lines that go up to your top vanishing point, you'll continue making X's, and all of the intersections of your X's converge to your top vanishing point.